ModSim is a cute shortening of modeling and simulation of the physical world. It's a class about mathematical modeling.
It is a first semester class that covers all sorts of things, but the gist of it is to get students practice in understanding and developing their own models. We do this through 3 projects. The first one is compartmental modeling, the second one is agent-based modeling, and finally we talk about distributions.
ModSim is a foundational course in part because of the content, learning what modeling really means and the way that it will underlie the science and engineering they do going forward.
We teach ModSim in what we call a studio-style course. It's not traditional, it's not just us lecturing. It's actually us as faculty coaching. Students pick, say, a question that they want to answer. They work to make that question scientific, something that actually is feasible to answer. And they build a model to actually support answering that question.
Most of the class time is spent with the students working together, learning together and from each other, and we work with them during that time to provide just-in-time instruction so that they get the opportunity to figure things out themselves, and it allows us to inject the right learning for each student at the right time.
ModSim is one of those classes where I don't think you realize why it's important until a few years out. When you've taken all those open-ended classes that ask you to tackle all these complex problems, and then you think back to ModSim and realize that you've been doing this since first semester.
It's a very powerfully motivating thing to get to say, I get to ask my own question. Like, I just showed up here in college and you're already telling me I get to ask the kinds of questions that I'm interested in. That's something that I think shows up again and again throughout our curriculum.
They're learning how to scope a project, and they have a safe space in which to do that and risk failure. If they overscope a project and cannot complete it on time, I can make room for that to still be a successful class experience, even if the project might in other terms be considered a failure. We consider that still a huge win for student learning.
As you progress through Olin, your classes get harder and the problems get way more abstract. And just learning how to be comfortable with what is kind of an uncomfortable situation and having confidence that you can figure things out is something that we really try to build in ModSim.